He's a good guy. He wants to save the world. I mean, obviously, haven't you ever heard of the Church of Euthanasia?
Oh, it's a good Megadeth album.
There is no good Megadeth albums after the 80s. After the 80s. After the 80s.
Count it.
Damn.
Where is Angela? Is she dead?
Deep, dark. She's fighting. I think the thing we left her with the other Angela. She's fighting.
They're fighting?
Presumably, yeah.
Well,
we had to get you out of there. You're in no
like
position to fight, and neither are we. Like even in the best of circumstances. But
here we go. Strap the fuck in. There are many churches throughout the world. For the most part, these are safe havens, places of worship where people find solace and comfort from the pressures of modern living. And they tend to be a bright, positive place in people's lives. But then, there's this one church that's a little different. A church that loves our planet and firmly believes it would be a better place without any of us in it. And it's the Church of Euthanasia.
Good name.
I know. At least it's right there. It's right there in the name. You know, they're not sugarcoating anything.
When I was a kid, I thought like the youth in Asia were like a major problem. Like,
There's so many
they're
youth in
killing
Asia.
so many cats, and dogs. Like it's terrible. The youth in Asia, like what are they doing?
So, formed in 1992 in Boston, Massachusetts by Reverend Chris Korda and Pastor Kim, also known as Robert Kimberk, they claim to be, quote, a non-profit educational foundation devoted to restoring balance between humans and the remaining species on Earth. Which sounds okay. It sounds good.
Sure. Sounds good, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it's all there.
Balance.
Until you learn that they believe the only way to achieve this is through a massive voluntary depopulation.
Voluntary depopulation.
Yeah, they're not going out there killing people. They just have one number one motto, and that is save the planet, kill yourself.
I kind of like
I mean, the planet's going to be here anyway, though, right?
Yeah, people talk about saving the planet.
In some capacity, right? Like, maybe
it'll
rock
shrug us off.
Here.
No, it'll shrug us off, and then it'll change the whole pattern, and then it'll grow, and there'll be a whole nother species to come. Now, available on their websites is a bumper sticker, and they have other fun bumper stickers available, such as eat people, not animals.
I thought you were just going to say, kill yourself.
No, they do have one that says, I think so.
Oh
They have one that says, thank you for not breeding. Bumper sticker that says, tool-wielding ape on board.
All right.
Another one says, driving drunk, take off your seatbelt.
Wow.
Yeah. You see, the church has one commandment, and that commandment is thou shalt not procreate. That's it. Just don't make no more of you.
All right.
And it has four main pillars of belief. They are abortion, cannibalism, sodomy, and of course, suicide.
Why sodomy?
Because they could.
Wow.
That's what. Now it's
because
not that
of the
bad.
procreation thing?
But like, what about pulling out?
They haven't heard of condoms?
Well, here it is.
Thank you. We've got two right off the bat that we can add to that.
Well, that
Well,
it
they're
goes
only
with.
99.9% effective.
That's
There you
true.
go. There you go.
Plenty
You still make
so
mistakes.
far. It's
Things
fine.
happen. Trust me. I've met several of them. Now, they only endorse cannibalism of already dead people. You know, so it's not bad. You know,
so that's ghoul.
Cool.
To be a ghoul is to eat the flesh of a dead. That's what
it's
that is.
ghoulish. I don't know, or it could be goulash if you do it right.
Paprika,
If
baby.
it's Hungarian.
Yep.
Yeah.
Slap some paprika on that corpse, and we got some goulash.
Yeah.
Goulash. Some goulash.
Peppers and onions is all you need, man.
That's it. Now, they consider sodomy any sexual act not intended for procreation.
Okay.
So they're not monsters. You know, they just have some different ideas. Now, to see them in action, check out the YouTube clip of them on a 1995 edition of Jerry Springer, which is still on the air.
I know.
No.
Still
Really?
on
Yeah.
the air.
How many
Nice.
seasons?
8 million. I don't know. I think it's
Jerry.
been there.
Too many.
You know what?
And
We
it's
should
still-
interview him. We should get Jerry Springer on.
That
and talk
would
to
be
him.
amazing.
Right?
He's a nice dude.
Now, the episode was entitled, I Want to Join a Suicide Cult. It's fun. Right. Now, they also gained attention after the 9/11 attacks by releasing a music video called I Like to Watch.
That's not. That's
It was
kinda not
very
cool.
bad. It featured footage of the planes hitting the towers, along with footage of a man masturbating and cleaning up with an American flag.
Yeah, that's kind of not cool.
So can I just say
Whoa.
this? Too soon on that one.
That's-
Usually when people
yeah.
say too soon, it's like not
That's-
funny. You know, it's like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, like
That's
almost
too soon.
3,000
Wow.
people died. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, they did it like
It's not
right
really
after. They did this like, a few days or a few weeks after.
Get out.
early internet troll
they,
stuff.
they really
Very edgy guys. Well done.
Edge lords upon edge
Totally.
lords. Now, when describing the video, Korda said, politically, it felt good to see Americans dying for a change. There was a sense of justice, of the chickens coming home to roost, she said. In gender terms, the huge gash made by the planes was obviously female. I had witnessed a Freudian drama on a national scale. America's penis had been turned into a vagina. That's what you saw. That's what you saw when that happened. That was,
Interesting.
yeah. Some people just really have some issues.
Definitely projecting on, yeah.
Yeah, some people try really hard
Yeah,
to
and
try to make their point. The Church of Euthanasia, you say?
that's what they do. In 2003, sections of their website were removed that contained instructions on how to kill yourself after a 50-year-old woman used them. She was found dead with printed out sections of the website.
You know what? That's a public service. Botched suicides are a thing, man, and then that's not like, it's not a life you want to live. Even if you didn't want to live your original life, you definitely don't want to live that life.
Their website also still has information for emergency contraception with the quote, "Hurry, you've got 72 hours."
Nice.
Now,
Wow.
Again, another public service.
Yeah, they're just trying to help. Now, the welcome
Why 72 hours? Is
That's
that
how
how long the
yes.
sperm takes to
You gotta
get
get that
to the
plan.
egg?
You gotta get plan
with
B
the
out of
plan B.
Oh, plan B, gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, the welcome statement on the page is, quote, "If you've visited us before, here's what new. If you haven't, try starting here. But if you encounter things that shock or offend you, don't complain to us because you have been warned." So just stay away. Just stay away. There's some horrible things on there. I mean, if you want to see some messed up stuff, like back in the day with rotten.com and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Bestgore.com.
I saw some stuff on rotten.com that is still stuck with me. Now,
Yes.
other sources on their site include the Unabomber's Manifesto,
All right.
e-sermons on suicide.
E-sermon? What's the
Yeah.
difference
Okay.
between an e-sermon and a sermon?
It's electronic.
It's electronic, yeah.
Well, yeah, but
It's just one you can download.
like a pod sermon.
Yeah, pod
Yeah.
sermon.
All right.
It has fun facts about human flesh, mostly from a book called Diet for a New America, a guide for butchering the human body for consumption. This is a step-by-step guide on how to break down the human body from the full figure into serviceable choice cuts of meat.
Wow.
Quote, unquote. Now, there's also a section called The Case Against Babies.
God.
It just keeps
Damn,
getting
Wow.
better.
I like it.
This is heartless stuff.
It is. And a personal fave, The Scum, Society for Cutting Up Men.
Oh, yeah, no, there's a thing with
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Scum it has the Scum Manifesto. Now, Valerie Solanalis explains why males should go off to the nearest friendly suicide center where they'll be quietly, quickly, and painlessly gassed to death. He's not a fan of dudes.
Well, like,
Let me-
why
who
are we
is,
why are we
really?
singling out dudes at this point? Like, I thought we were talking about all of humanity and like.
Well, this
Just
is just
dudes gotta go?
Well, this is different. This is from Scum. That was from
Oh,
Scum,
yeah,
their
yeah.
manifesto. So it's just something that they're relating to, not actually part of their personal manifesto. Now, according to Corda, the inspiration for the church came to her in a dream. She was, quote, confronted by an alien intelligence known as the Being, who speaks for the inhabitants of Earth in other dimensions. The Being warned that our planet's ecosystem is failing and that our leaders deny this, which is true.
Okay. Yeah.
The Being asked why our leaders lie to us and why so many of us believe these lies. That's something I'd like to know. I'd really
Yeah.
like to know. Now, and the thread continues as certain world leaders continue to lie about the threat of global warming. And in 1994, the church was recognized by the state of Delaware as a church and received tax-exempt status.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And in
Works the man.
Yeah, they got it.
How can we do that here at Fort Fritz?
Ooh, the Church of Fort Fritz. Ooh, the Church of You. We can do Church
Cult
of
of
You.
You. Cult of You. Yeah.
Not the Cult
No,
of
we-
You. Stop.
Church.
The Church of You.
Okay.
You could change most church to cult, and it's really interchangeable.
Bleep that out. Bleep that out.
The universe.
Dump it.
In
The
ni-
universe.
The
Nice.
universe.
In 1995, they began their full-on support of suicide by purchasing a billboard with a 1-900 suicide assistance hotline.
There was a 900 you had to pay?
Yeah, you had to pay, which is kind of whack. That really is.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'd like to kill myself, but I don't have 50 cents.
Call it collect.
It had the message, helping you every step of the way. Thousands have been helped. How about you? Just creepy. Now, the phone company never actually activated the line. Now, remember, to become a saint in the church, all you have to do is kill yourself. That's it. If you're a member of the church, kill yourself, congratulations, you're now a saint. You don't get any recognition or a certificate. They just say, yeah, you're a saint now.
Doesn't matter who you were in your life.
Yep, doesn't matter. Just as long as you killed yourself to
You don't
save
even
the
get like a
planet.
painting or a statue or anything? Like,
No.
I'm not
Like a Subway
canonized?
gift card or
Yeah.
something, you know?
I mean, I can see parallels with different Middle Eastern religions
Well, yeah, it's
that
just
kind of make you into a
martyrdom,
martyr.
right?
Yeah.
exactly.
Yep. But they have only saints that are recognized on their site are Jack Kevorkian and Margaret Sanger, the founder of the American Birth Movement. So Those are the only people that they consider saints, is Jack Kevorkian and the person that brought the idea of abortion around.
Was Margaret Sanger the one who did birth control? She was a birth control advocate.
Yeah. In 1997, they formed a fake group called the Boston Fertility Task Force.
That just sounds like a nerd patrol.
A bunch of incels running around. The organization was described by a documentarian thusly. They proceeded to use it to draw real pro-life protesters out to a completely invented protest of fetal trafficking at a sperm bank in Boston. They also put up posters around the town claiming that Courtney Love would be at the sperm bank to be inseminated on the day of the protest.
What?
Yeah, and they showed up to find nuns with their rosary beads and teens waiting outside to see Courtney Love, and then at which point they unveiled a 2-story tall penis puppet that ran through traffic towards the building and ejaculated pseudosperm in front of the building.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like these dudes.
Yeah, they got it going on.
That's weird.
Their last...
That is very weird.
Very weird.
Okay, these guys rule.
I'm digging their groove.
See what you say about Courtney Love. She doesn't deserve that.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe there's stuff.
Now, their last public appearance took place at the Boston Bio 2000 conference, where they carried a banner that said, "Human extinction while we still can."
Nice.
Gonna get there eventually. Like,
Yeah.
That's quirky.
It
Hook or
is.
crook, yeah.
Now, Corda said that their demonstration got shut down and the group was beaten pretty badly by who they claimed were leftists. She said, "What we were doing was extremely dangerous. I got tired not just of the hate and the death threats, of which I have boxes, but I got tired of nearly being beaten to death. But come on, you want to die?"
Right?
A lot of these actions,
ma'am.
a lot of these actions
Be a
took place
saint.
in the street. Yeah, be a saint, die. And by the time the police showed up, they were happy. We were happy to see them. Usually by the point we were just about to go to the hospital. It's fair to say that most of the formidable opposition didn't come from Christians, whether they be of the Catholic or Baptist variety, but from leftists, because they believe in direct action. They don't like the police. They'd much rather beat us up. You can imagine why we might get tired of that.
There's a lot of
Come on,
generalizations
lighten
in
up.
there.
Who doesn't mind getting beaten up all the
Yeah,
time?
exactly. Like you're espousing like murder and death and like mass, suicide. Like you can't just get beat to death in the street over your own cause. Like,
Come on.
I thought this was America.
puss. Don't puss out now.
Now, to this day, the church's website is still active. Its tax status lapsed because they actually had no money coming in. And Corda is still available to discuss her anti-humanism manifesto. So while most churches claim to be bastions of light and exist to lift up life and the human spirit, one church exists in the hope that humanity will voluntarily end itself. And that's the Church of Euthanasia.
That's a crazy story about churches.
Churches, all churches are kind of wacky in their own way, but they really
That
take the
one-
wackiness to the next level.
Definitely the first church I've heard of that like really got in like penis puppetry. And,
Yeah, really.
Not a lot of penis putt. Early
Early
Renaissance
on, yeah, no.
time.
Those guys went full church. They went like 100% church
Yeah.
on that one.
Well, that's the thing. Every church has its own tenets, and most churches wouldn't work if you weren't brought up in it when you're a child. With most churches, if you're introduced to it when you're 23, you'd be like, okay, you eat what, and it becomes what, and now you're drinking what, and it becomes what? That doesn't make sense. If you tell that to a kid, they're like, all right, whatever, Dad.
Yeah.
Eat the cracker. So you see, the church makes me think that it's